Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is on chickens. Now, I got a comment on one of my videos. They had started gardening in March and they were interested in getting chickens. Guys, that made me feel so good that maybe I encouraged somebody a little bit to start gardening and looking at living maybe a little more sustainable lifestyle. So they asked maybe for something on how to take care of chickens. So we're going to do that today. And I've got some help here. And so we're just going to go over the basics of how to take care of a chicken. Now, I've had chickens really since I was a kid. You know, my mom and dad had them. And I don't know everything about them. But we'll go over some of the basics of just getting chickens, taking care of them, kind of what to look for, maybe some what not to do, what to do. So just sit back and relax, and we're going to get into it right now. Now, the first thing is where you get your chickens. If you're going to order them from a reputable hatchery. Now, I usually don't recommend anybody, or I'm not, obviously not sponsored by anybody, but Murray McMurray really does a good job. They're from Iowa, just do a great job, and I have nothing but good to say about them. Now, this one here, I got from a farm supply store. I got her when she was a little baby, just like some of these you're seeing around here, some of the smaller reds and blacks. Raised her up. Now it's going to take, when you do that, if you get them when they're chicks, it's going to take 5 to 6 months for them to start laying. Okay? Now some of these I have bought from a sale barn and they were already grown. There's nothing wrong with that, but here's a couple things you want to look at. Sometimes people sell stuff that they don't want at places like that. Okay, so you want to make sure that they're in good health. And one of the easiest ways to do that is, I hope she lets me do this, look at her eyes. If the eyes are dilating and they're moving and they just look, vibrant and bright, that's what you want to see. If their eyes look dull or droopy, they might have something wrong with them. So just buyer beware when you go to places like that to get chickens. We've had real good luck. A lot of the bigger red ones that you see we got from there, and they've laid good. Sometimes people sell the ones that aren't laying so good anymore. You're going to get maybe somewhere between 4 and 5 years out of a chicken, just depending. So, just buyer beware when you do that. Now, why I got a hold of her, because I'm thinking she don't want held anymore. Chickens can fly. And so some people will clip their wings. I used to do that. I don't do it anymore. But if you're going to do that, just cut them like right here. Don't go too far up. And generally, you only have to do one side. And that'll keep them in a fence, I don't do it anymore, but it is a good practice. Now, I'm going to let her down because I think she wants down. So, okay, it's real simple to take care of a chicken. All you have to give them is food and water and a place to get in out of the weather. You don't have to heat it. You don't necessarily have to cool it. Sometimes I'll use a fan when it gets really, really hot. I have had some die from heat exhaustion when it just gets so hot they can't take it anymore. So I will put a fan out there. In the wintertime, I don't use any heat, anything like that. In fact, if you have them in a chicken coop and you put heat in there, the ammonia from their urine and the feces and all that can actually, if it gets too warm, can create a gas and it makes them sick. So I don't give them any heat. Food, you can give them, go down to a farm supply store, get a commercial feed. right back behind us here, I've planted some chicken grass in with the alfalfa and the clover that I planted for the hogs. I take it and put it out here. You can see kind of that green spot, and the chickens will go through that and they'll eat the little seeds off of it. Really good organic feed for them. It's like I say, anything will work. You know, they recommend a 16% egg layer, things like that. So just do a little bit of research. You can get the right stuff. I have a fence up. I want to keep things out. I lock them up at night. I have a lot of problems with raccoons, weasels, minks, things like that, a fox every now and then. And so at night, they sleep at night, and it's a prime time for them, they're defenseless. So I keep them locked up at night. At daytime, I just let them run around. Do have problem with hawks. That's just one of them things. So you are going to lose one every now and then, but keeping them protected is another big thing in raising chickens. Again, making sure they have plenty of fresh, clean water, and that's the main part of it. That's really what it takes to, take care of them. Now, depending on what kind of breed you want, what you want out of them. The cheapest, most economical bird to have is a pearl white egg layer, okay? You're going to get a smaller white egg, but if you're feeding them organic food and stuff, them eggs are going to taste great, They're not going to taste like a store egg. If you want a heavier breed, a lot of these that I have back here, oh my good God, they're a heavy breed. They're going to take a little bit more to get an egg. Yeah, we just seen that. Anyway, but you get a larger egg, okay? Now, we all just seen that, so we might as well talk about it. Do you have to have a rooster to get eggs? No, you don't. You do not. If you want to incubate your eggs, get them to hatch, that right there has to go on. So, but if you do not have to have a rooster. I generally do, just because I like, having a rooster around. He kind of keeps everything in line and stuff, and they're just cool to watch, So, don't let anybody tell you have to have a rooster to get a chicken to lay an egg, okay? So, other than that, like I say, just kind of do some research, see what kind of breed really does good for what you're wanting. If you're wanting an egg a day, pearl white egg layer is hard to beat. Isses, some of the heavier breeds, the Buff Orpingtons, things like that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but the black and white one back there, that's a silver-laced Wyandotte, just a beautiful chicken. Just do some checking and see what you want. And you might even decide that you want an Araucana, and you get one of them. Araucanas don't really lay every day. That's been my experience, but they do, you get a different colored egg. So I hope that helps. Like I say, don't be intimidated. Chickens, they're really easy to manage. If you do trim their wings, here's a little tip. If you do trim their wings, do it at night when they're roosting, okay? Here's another tip. If you want eggs year-round, you have to provide them with light. Typically, they need 8 or 9 hours of light in order to lay eggs. Otherwise, they do kind of go dormant. Now, the problem with that is you're going to shorten their lifespan on laying eggs, okay? So that's the kind of give and take on that. But, again, that's up to you. So, guys, I hope that helped. If you have any other questions, if there's something you need me to go over, please let me know. And thank you again for the comment. That really did just make my day. I really did appreciate it. Hey, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.